So, I got a channel about death. Okay, guys, so I shouldn't laugh about that. Well, here's the deal. Okay, so, all right. So that's one of the issues that we have down here, 12:12 on the clock as I say this, is the way that we view death. Because people are really afraid of it usually because of, again, the oppressive system of religion, which 60% of the world is in Christianity. So it is the majority religion on this planet. So that is why I refer to it so much. Plus, also, I was raised in it, so I really don't have any reference for other religions. But death is viewed very scarily, and people get really sad about it, right? It's like this really, really sad thing down here. And also there's a lot of people that worry because they're not sure if their loved ones went to heaven or hell. That's one of the things that, so we have to think in terms of the law of polarity, and like how we see how like the Matrix has manipulated against the opposite of what we really should believe, right? For a lot of things. One of the things we're going to have to break down is our idea around death, which I already kind of have, it's weird because I will say, like, when people die now, it depends what kind of death it is. Like, if people die from natural causes, like, I do feel less sad about it because I have awareness that everybody goes to heaven. And that's why they left the seeded transmission, all dogs go to heaven, because oh my god, they're telling me this right now because I'm like, oh my god, I never put that together. That is so cute. And that movie is like, is a tearjerker. And then, you learn about, I don't know if you guys know the story of the little girl, but she got like murdered or something like after that movie. So it was like, anyway, so they're like telling me like that's why, because it's like that belief that we actually all go to heaven. So that is something that's beautiful that will be changed, is that like nobody's gonna have to worry anymore if their loved one went to heaven or hell. We just know that we're on hell here. It's only on earth and we're in it, bitches. So lovely, but and so that's the other thing about Christianity, is that it really opened people up to the idea of other dimensions. They clearly believe 3 dimensions: heaven, hell, and earth. So excellent. Let's go a couple more dimensions. The 7th dimension, there's people coming back to help us, and they actually gave us the Bible as a seeded transmission. And so they have all these seeded transmissions, and they've been preparing us all this time. So anyway, death, right? Let's get back to that. So, but like when I see like deaths like Nolan Wells, like shit like that, like Gaza, like Iran, like ICE stuff, like that is like it's tragic still. I don't think about, them all going to heaven. I just think about how fucking sad this is, that people are like senselessly losing their lives. Like, because all I think about is like, the soul inside of there, and how long it takes to like curate a human being, and it's just like we senselessly just like do this stuff without thinking, and or doing it hatefully or vengefully, or like with all, it's just, of course, so it's just like terrible. So again, this is going to take a while for us all to get to this place, but I will say with that, right, death is miraculous. It's something that we do not need to be afraid of, because it is miraculous to go back to heaven when you're done here. Like, it's going to be like, so it is that saying that people are in a better place, 110%. Because the whole reason why you even come to a planet is to disconnect from that part of yourself. That's it. That's the only reason to exist and incarnate on any planet in any time and space, is to give your soul and your consciousness the ability to experience what it's like without feeling that. Because when you feel that all the time, you don't know anything different, right? And that's like why a lot of people like really like this place, because a lot of people are pretty happy. Well, now it's really tipping the other way, but it wasn't for a long time, right? And of course, the white community and the deletes and stuff are more on this side of things, where like life kind of feels good for them. And that's like heaven, basically. Like that's the concept of heaven. And then we're over here like experiencing hell, and we're like, no, and the purpose of that is, so again, I talk about this, like, so you're grateful for heaven, because you see how these people have no ability to be grateful. They have no humility, they have no compassion, they have no understanding well-being in heaven, because they have no reference of anything else. So in order to learn what it's like to not be in heaven, and to treat people right if you are in heaven, which is what we're going to get into, which is why we're going to get a lot of rewards and stuff, because we've been, maintaining God throughout hell. And they couldn't even maintain God when God gave them heaven in hell, which is a little complicated. I know this is getting a little complicated. I'm sorry, guys. Imagine, this is my brain. This is how it works. Never shuts off. Just keeps going all the time. Like, lovely. It's great. It really is. But sometimes I'm like, oh my God, even I can, I start to confuse myself. I'm like, what am I even saying? That's how I know I channel. Because I'm like, bro, I don't even know how the words come out sometimes. So yeah, it's a little complicated, but grief is going to be different. Like, we're going to view death differently. Like, it is miraculous. You're at least outside of pain. You're outside of suffering. You're outside of a meat suit. You're outside of, all these things that we agree to. Gravity, time, all that stuff. But you clearly see that people are willing to do some crazy shit to incarnate, so it must be worth it for some reason, right? And we're about to find out why. That's the cool part of this whole situation right now, is that we're about to find out why you even incarnate ever, because of God's miracles. And like, now we get it, like the biblical version of it. So that is what hell was, why we were in it, because we are so gonna be fucking worth it here in a hot second here. So again, sorry guys, I'm just preparing your brains. Like I said, you're gonna be really sick of me because I'm just gonna go keep repeating this shit. And yeah, and I have to repeat this to people who are like not, again, this is for the awake people. Then I have to go repeat that. Then I have to go explain it to people who are asleep. Then I have to repeat it to people who are asleep. So I'm gonna be sick of this. But I do think a lot of people are gonna get on board. People are fast learners. And also, God did design us all smart. He just manipulated our ability to be smart. So, and this is just a big lesson for us all, that we really need to take care of the young souls. Because see what happens when you feed them the stuff and they have no references from other planets, to help them get, orient them back to God. They can't get there, and they can't do it. And that is not because you are better than them. It is because you are older than them. And that really does change the way that you view people, because you're not putting yourself above people. But there is a hierarchy of, like, you have to listen to us, which you should have been this whole time. But that's okay. It's all right. Because God's now going to make it better for us. And so it's also going to be a lot easier to forgive people and be more compassionate. Like, once God also fills our cups and helps us out. For sure. So again, it's like, if you're still angry and pissy at people, it's totally chill. That's where I'm at lately. I'm just like, oh, well, we like really can't do this without like the help, like we can only go so far. And the people who are doing this right now without help, it is going to pay off big time. 12/21. But also, like, I'm releasing my, like, frustration with people who, like, aren't at the same level. I think that's, like, really what it's helping me with. So that's been nice. So, yeah.